Hey guys, I'm Sam
I'm Sid.
and you're watching Chai and Coffee.
In today's video, we're going to talk about Shakuntala Devi, a new Bollywood movie released on Amazon Prime that provides a glimpse into the incredible life of the Indian mathematical genius who was also nicknamed the human computer. Fascinating story. You don't want to miss this one.
So go get yourself a cup of chai
Or coffee.
and let's get started.
So in this true story-inspired movie, the protagonist is Shakuntala Devi, a fiercely independent, ambitious and feminist woman that has an incredible gift with numbers, breaking all kinds of world records in mental math. What you should keep in mind though, is that this movie is a glimpse into her life from her daughter's perspective. So it's about Shakuntala Devi, but it's about the mother, the woman and then the mathematician, in that order. And that's important to remember. All in all, very interesting movie. Let's dive in. So Sam, let's start with what did we like about the movie?
So what I really liked about this movie is that it's real, complex and messy. Bollywood movies traditionally have had a tendency to portray the movie's protagonist as a flawless, blemish-free, one-dimensional underdog that rises to the top against all odds. What makes this movie special is that it embraces the chaos that is life, makes no excuses for the fact that relationships can evolve, and that the canvas of life isn't painted in black and white. It is in fact in shades of grey. I mean, Shakuntala Devi's character can so easily fall into the stereotypical underdog mold. A girl born in a poor family in the 1930s, rises despite all odds in a male-dominated society, moves to London to become a self-made woman and a world-famous mathematical genius. And oh, by the way, who also embraces modern liberal views around divorce and LGBTQ acceptance that are decades ahead of her time. Now look, Shakuntala Devi actually did all this, so don't get me wrong, she was incredible. There's nothing wrong with just that storyline. But this movie goes one step further and tries to create a more real and relatable human character for Shakuntala Devi, where she's not some superwoman that just effectively does it all. But instead, she faces and tries to cope with the same emotional struggles that a lot of women face today, of balancing professional ambition with family responsibilities. This movie makes no attempt to define for us what right or normal looks like in terms of relationships, and that is so thoroughly refreshing.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, going with the standard superwoman plot would no doubt have been the safer route. A whole generation of Indians, after all, only knew her as the highly inspirational mathematical genius Shakuntala Devi that visited their school or college when they were growing up. It's easy to say, she managed to do it all because she was extraordinary, you suck at the balance because you're just ordinary, right? But presenting her as a real woman gives the movie a soul, with her tumultuous yet endearing mother-daughter relationship becoming the binding glue that holds the movie together. The message of the movie is, there is no one-size-fits-all and it's impossible to be perfect. But you know what? That's okay too, and I love that message.
I agree. You know, I was actually reminded of Indra Nooyi's interview where she talks about all kinds of coping mechanisms that professional women have to put in place even today to balance various aspects of their lives. We'll see if we can find and include a link for that interview in the video description below. Okay Sid, so what do we not like about the movie?
I think my biggest issue with this movie is that I think it shouldn't have been a movie in the first place. I really think that a 4-part web series would have done more justice to the story. I mean, Shakuntala Devi is such an interesting character, with so many different aspects to her life and personality. I just feel that this 2-hour movie format really forced the director to pack in way too much, leading to a superficial treatment of several aspects of her life. I mean, the director took the time to build these human characters so well. I would have loved for them to take us deeper into Shakuntala Devi's fascinating world.
Yeah, like her early life. What was that like for an Indian girl child growing up in the 1930s, when societal expectations were even more regressive for women, or her struggles in London as a sole female in a sea of men that filled the world of math? Did she ever try to rise beyond stage shows to actually pursue advanced maths as a field of study? Did she face resistance in doing so?
Yeah, exactly. And also, more context and highlighting of her seminal work in examining homosexuality in India, which was decades ahead of her time. The movie seems to completely gloss over this aspect, with the focus needlessly turned to whether her ex-husband was indeed gay or not. I would have loved to see a better treatment of this subject. So Sam, what's our advice for non-Indian viewers?
I would say this. Please go in knowing that you're about to watch a mainstream Bollywood movie. Yes, this movie does a great job of bringing out a charming personality of Shakuntala Devi, but it's done in true Bollywood style with song, dance, slapstick humor, caricatures, and of course an overly dramatic ending. Nothing right or wrong about that. Many people love the Bollywood style of cinema. It's just important to know what to expect, right? In fact, in one scene of the movie, Shakuntala Devi actually says, "We Indians are like that only. All drama or nothing." I think that sums it up well when it comes to the Bollywood style of cinema. So Sid, what's our advice for Indian viewers?
I would say this. When I first read Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, My Experiments with Truth, many decades ago, my first instinct was that of disappointment. I realized that behind my constructed perfect image of the Mahatma stood just another mere mortal like you and me. And yet, as I grew older and wiser, I realized that that candid peek behind the curtain actually made me appreciate Mahatma Gandhi even more. Because a real hero is not one that has no flaws. It's one that learns to accept these flaws and cope with them the best they can. This movie might shatter the unattainable, picture-perfect image that you had of the mathematical genius Shakuntala Devi, but hopefully it'll create for you a new and improved image of her as a real woman of substance, with fiercely independent thoughts and ambition. So go watch the movie with an open mind, and hopefully the added layers of imperfection in her will only help to empower and inspire you to embrace your flaws and try to work on them the best you can.
And our final advice for all of you is this. The central theme of this movie is the ever-evolving relationship between parents and children, and how sometimes children almost fail to see their parents as individuals with their own dreams, ambitions, and desires. She's not just a mother, she's also a woman. He's not just a dad, he's also a man. And while not always apparent, in most cases, parents do end up sacrificing on several aspects of their lives just so they can play their part as parents. So we want to end this video by just saying, Ma Baba,
Amma Appa,
we love you so much.
if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe.
And stay tuned for more videos from Chai and Coffee.